Hey, we're off to the city of brotherly love to visit the Wells Fargo Center. This is Rinks around the league. Let's go. Hey there and welcome back to Rinks Around the League. I'm your host Jeff Nash, and on this episode we're off to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to visit the Wells Fargo Center, home of the Philadelphia Flyers of the NHL. Construction of the Wells Fargo Center started back on September 14th, 1994 and opened on August 13th, 1996 at a cost of $210 million and is owned by Comcast Spectacor. $175 million was largely privately financed, but the city and state helped pay for local infrastructure at $36 million. Its seating capacity is 19,543 and its scoreboard is 21 by 12 feet. Secondary ticket price ranks them 19th in the league at $126. Wells Fargo acquired the naming rights deal set in 1994, which was a 30-year deal at $40 million or $1.38 million a season. The deal is set to expire in 2023. Now, the Wells Fargo Center is situated just south of downtown Philly, in an area that has all three major sports stadiums. Of course, the Wells Fargo Center, Lincoln Financial Field, the NFL Stadium, and Citizens Bank Park, the Major League Baseball Stadium. Wells Fargo is a busy venue that hosts the Flyers, the 76ers of the NBA, the Philadelphia Soul of the Arena Football League, the Villanova Wildcats of the NCAA, the Philadelphia Wings of the National Lacrosse Leagues, and other major concerts and music acts. Now, Wells Fargo is a great rink. The main concourse is well polished and has all the amenities that you need. Now, the seating bowl is pretty simple, but it's pretty impressive. It's pretty large. And they have iconic banners up on the roof from the Flyers and the 76ers. And that's probably one of my favorite parts about the building, are those orange Flyer banners. They stand out really well. And what I really like about them is they actually have the picture of the retiree on the banner itself. It's a nice touch. You don't see it in many rinks. And another cool thing as you walk around the main concourse is eventually you'll see the hat trick display. Of course, it's hockey tradition that when a player scores 3 goals in a game, it's called a hat trick, and fans throw their hats onto the ice. And it's often asked, what happens to all those hats? Do they get thrown out or donated? What happens to them? Well, in Philly, they collect them all and save some for this display. It has year indicators marking who scored what hat trick, and also a video display to show you the player's 3 goals during that game. Again, something you don't see in every rink, and I like that. It's a nice touch. They have plenty of concession stands. When you're there, make sure to grab some crab fries. You'll thank me later. Wells Fargo has a ton of space inside it. It gives it a lot of flexibility to host all these events. Now, Philadelphia is steeped in so much history, from its roots in American history, its pop culture history with the Rocky movies, its food histories with Pat and Gino's cheesesteaks, and its sports history rivalry with Pittsburgh. There's no shortage of passion and pride in this city. And this historic passion goes right inside Wells Fargo Center. You can't escape it. They take great pride of being one of the NHL's loudest fan base and the most vocal fan base. And it swings both ways. If you're in Philly and the team's playing well, they love it. They'll let you know about it. If they're not playing well, or if you're a member of the visiting team, it swings the other way and they'll let you have it. And there's no greater example of this than the 2014 NHL draft that was hosted in Philly. And I was there when the Oilers drafted Leon Draisaitl. When the NHL commissioner Gary Bettman goes on stage to introduce the team to draft, yeah, he'll get booed now and again. But in Philly, they literally booed him every single time he got up on the stage. All 31 times, the commissioner got booed. And this extended even to the second day of the draft, where he was still booed. Normally during NHL drafts, it kind of dies out after like the first 10 or so. Not in Philly. Now, there's a lot to like about Wells Fargo Center. They have an amazing atmosphere. That Philly passion really does come out inside that rink. It has some pretty cool history of the Flyers inside that building. It has a pretty good in-game presentation, and it has arguably the best NHL mascot in Gritty. Now, is there anything about Wells Fargo that I don't like? Not really. It's a great rink. Although, as a member of the visiting team, I gotta say, I hate that goal horn. I heard that way too much. It's kind of haunting in a way. But in all, Wells Fargo is a great rink in a very historic city. It's definitely worth checking out. It should be worth noting that Wells Fargo is in the middle of some major renovations. one of which will be a brand new scoreboard that has a pretty unique design to it. I hope to check it out once it's installed. But Philly fans, let me hear ya. What do you like about Wells Fargo Center? Is there anything that you will change? Well, that does it for this episode of Rinks Around the League. On the next episode, we're off to the Gila River Arena in Glendale, Arizona, home of the Arizona Coyotes. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _theRinks, on Facebook at The Rinks, and on YouTube at Rinks Around the League. Hit subscribe and ring that bell. If you need another little example of the Flyers' passion, you'll never forget when a fan fell into the penalty box to fight Ty Domi. That was classic.
Hands right over Domi's right shoulder.
I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like that
The
before.
glass broke through because of the weight of the fan.
Only in Philly would that happen.